Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. This is Mama and Papa back again to talk to you about Welcome to Plathville, Season 3, Episodes 11 and 12. We're going to try to do 2 episodes at a time from now on to get Papa caught up a little bit quicker and to limit the amount of episodes you guys have to sort through to get to the razzle dazzle.
Who knows? Maybe we'll graduate to 3 episodes.
Maybe. I mean, just depends.
Episode.
Might get totally crazy and wild. But we just want to thank all of you who are watching, listening, hitting the like button, subscribing, participating in our polls on Facebook, all that stuff. We really appreciate you, and we just want to send a thank you out to all of you who listen. So thank you all so much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Now, my thought that I meant to mention last episode, but I forgot, was they made a big deal last season about going to church and having that foundation and friends there. I don't think they go to church anymore. It doesn't seem that way. They don't mention it. They don't talk about anything about it.
Maybe they have it at their house.
And, well, that's what the parents do, and that's what they're trying to get away from. But if they're not going to church anymore...
Oh, you mean the older kids?
Why? No, Ethan and Olivia. Yes. Remember they had the whole thing about they go to church and have friends out there and all that stuff? So why aren't they going to church anymore? I'm very, very interested to know. If anyone out there has the answer, let us know, because inquiring minds. Okay, beginning of this episode, Ethan and Olivia are getting ready to go camping in Maine with...
I will add something real quick.
Yes.
I am happy to see, even though you didn't see it very much, that Mike and Mariah had a cat.
I mentioned it in here. You're ahead of me as usual.
Sorry.
That married mind thing.
Yes, because that was the very first thing. That's the very first thing.
You know, I notate thing or everything.
But it's like, where'd the cat go when they moved?
And, they were on vacation. Mm-hmm. But there's enough siblings. I'm sure Lydia volunteered to hang out with it.
It's on the farm.
Anyway, so, and they went camping in Maine with Micah and Mariah because Olivia was there for a part of her job. And Olivia wants the girls to stay in one tent and the boys in the other. And Ethan is not happy about that. Would you be? I mean, yes, they're living separately, but then she wanted to get a room. And here's what she sends very mixed signals to Ethan. Sometimes she wants sex and sleepovers, and that's a good thing, and sometimes it's not. You know, she's very mixed signals. Like, she only wants him around when she wants him around, and the rest of the time she just wants to be single to do what she wants.
Here's the thing: if your marriage is on the rocks, okay, you should never go camping. Okay, because camping
is stressful.
It's stressful, exactly. You know, it's stressful, and
the beginning and the end are always stressful. And Ethan, of any vacation trip, exactly. Whatever.
And Ethan was pretty stressed, you know, because he didn't want to be wet.
Well, here's the thing. Olivia says they used to camp every year with her family, and she hadn't camped in years, so she was excited about it. And then,
does it count when it's in your backyard? Because you can.
No, that was Mariah. Olivia says that the family would go camping every year.
Mariah, yeah.
And then, Olivia says that they've been to hell and back.
I don't think she realizes what hell is.
This girl is so spoiled. She has no clue. And I just was like, I had to point out that she said that. And then we also saw that Isaac is driving.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he drove. Well, yeah, he drove. Sorry.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And then Barry, Kim, and the kids all go swimming. And
I like this part. I do.
They had normal, like, swimming clothes. It wasn't long dresses or anything like that.
Swimsuits, bathing suits.
Barry did a handstand. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a lot more
physical than he looks.
Wily and adventurous.
It's like the head does not fit the body.
No.
You know what I mean?
Especially when he has a dumb smirk on his face.
Yeah. And then Lydia talks to her dad about that boy she likes. And, you know.
I like this part.
Yeah. She's, she says in their culture, the person you date is who you plan to marry. So getting the parents agreeing to let you date someone is a big deal.
Yep.
And she wants the boy to come visit. And dad agrees because if Lydia is interested in him, he wants to get to know him.
Yeah.
Which again, normal parent stuff there,
Yep.
nothing out of the ordinary.
Yes, like when you're have a prom date, the first thing the prom date should do is go and meet the parents.
Well, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
whole
Yep.
the rite of passage of prom is the
Yep.
guy's got to go sweat it out with the girl's dad while she's
Yep.
finishing getting ready.
So this parenting right here between Barry and Kim, as of right now,
Yeah,
is no different than you or I.
I agree. But Barry tells her, of course they go talk to mom about it, and then they'll figure out a date for him to come visit. And she gets very excited, and she should be. This has been going on for months now.
And for Barry to really give her no issues about it, and for Barry to say that he's excited, this is what he wants.
Well, and he's worried because she's so young. She's only 17, and the boy is only 17.
But
But he also said it's Lydia, and she's more mature and
women have had kids at
responsible.
16. So
Listen,
no, I wasn't saying anything about you. I'm just saying some women are more mature than others.
and I get that's what I'm saying. I was just saying if
Yeah.
you were interrupting me that
I'm always interrupting.
yes, more mature and level-headed and responsible. So that's why he took it a little more seriously. And that's when we see that Micah has a kitten.
Yeah, sorry.
And
It jumped again.
it looked like he was feeding it like lunch meat or something.
Yeah. It was the cutest thing.
No, I mean, he was holding it up so the kitty would jump up and get it. But yeah, cute kitty. You go, Micah. And then we see Mike and Mariah getting ready to go camping in Maine with Ethan and Olivia.
Have any of these kids, seen a Stephen King movie?
No, probably not.
They're all based out of
Maine.
right?
Mhm.
And when they were having that car ride, it looked like a Stephen King, movie.
But it was still
scene.
beautiful. It was kind of creepy though.
Yeah, especially
fog.
yes, and I guess that's a big thing for Maine. It's always fog.
Well, how many times have we seen the mist or the fog? I mean,
Yeah,
all
or
of
any of the Stephen King's movies.
yeah. And Mariah doesn't seem especially prepared to camp, but she really wants to see a bear. But she doesn't have a sleeping bag. It's like, I want to see a bear.
I was thinking that. I'm like thinking, what the hell are you gonna do if you see a bear?
And her little things are like what you would do is
Put
like
makeup on. Put makeup on it. What do you got to do?
give it a tutorial of
Yeah.
how to do your hair. I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Give it toilet paper. Who knows?
I mean, Mariah is just kind of clueless in an adorable way. So you just have to kind of like giggle at her and just not making fun of her, but just kind of like, oh, Mariah.
If it was a scary movie, she'd be the first one dead.
No, stop.
No. I'm saying
She's not
bear.
the Paris Hilton in this movie.
No.
Stop it. No, not my Mariah. No.
Paris Hilton, to be honest, wasn't the first one dead in that movie either.
No, but she was
like the second or third.
the Paris Hilton of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Uh-oh. Then we see trouble coming in. Kim's in the kitchen getting coffee, and Lydia's phone goes off. And because it's a work phone for the rental property, she checked it. And then we see her talking to Barry, because they had asked her not to text him for a while, and Lydia had agreed.
Mhm.
Okay. And that if she changed her mind and was going to message him or whatever, just to let the parents know, so they can kind of keep in contact about that.
Then have the big talk with Lydia.
But then, since last episode, we saw that she said that she started texting him again out of the blue, just decided to. So for the last week, she has been texting him, but she didn't tell her parents.
Didn't she have like 100 or something in one day?
Yeah, that's what the whole thing was. It's not even like she was just messaging, good morning, or I was thinking about you, or I can't wait to visit. 168 texts in one day, and that was just, that is a little excessive,
Yeah. But here's the thing. I think Barry and Kim handled it pretty good. I know you're going to explain.
Yeah.
They sat down with her, talked to her and everything. They didn't ground her. They didn't, be like, you're not going to get no allowance for how long. Or like yell at her. But I still think they should have gave her.
Well, and then once they had that conversation, we as the audience also understood more because they wanted her to slow down, not to slow them down necessarily just because, but because they wanted a chance to get to know him before, to make sure he was like worthy of her or whatever, or sincere.
Yeah.
Before she invested emotionally in him. So that's why she wanted him to slow down. And so for that, I can kind of see their point a little bit. And I guess she did too, which is why she had initially agreed to wait until he came to visit to text.
Plus, she didn't disagree with what they were saying either. She wasn't
Yeah,
like
she
a typical
knew.
teenager rebelling, going, "Oh, this is your fault."
Yeah, she knew. All she had to do was talk to them and say, "I want to text him," and it would have been fine.
And have a little Sound of Music scene later on.
Right? And Barry called it the runaway text train.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I'm just like, oh, Barry.
Yeah. Do some more handstands, Barry.
Right?
Be cool.
And but then Barry put it as, let's push pause on the phone for a while. So technically, that her he took the phone away. She got grounded, but put it in a way that was like not aggressive, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, not saying you're grounded from your phone for 6 months.
Yeah,
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very roundabout way of saying you done fucked up, you done lost it.
Yeah, neither one of them yelled at her, belittled her.
Well, she even said she got carried away in her feelings, and that's not like her. So it made her. She said this relationship is not bringing out the best in me, and she was gonna have to pray about what to do.
And that's when a Sound of Music scene happened.
Oh my goodness, you and the Sound of Music.
Well, that's what it looked like to me.
Really?
I mean, she was out there singing.
Well, she sings her prayers, kind of thing. Anyway, so
Is that kind of weird though?
no,
It's not weird that a teenage girl would want to sing. Okay.
Yeah.
Sing to Madonna or Cyndi Lauper or whatever. Okay. This day and age, Taylor Swift. But it was kind of weird. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with Lydia. But for me, it's kind of weird.
I was raised with a different background. That's why I like our doing it together, because you come from a very different background from me. And so you
I
see things.
sang when I was a kid.
I'm talking about the religious aspect of it.
Yeah, but my family was never
And
religious.
feeling that close to the Lord that you would even sing to him.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
my family's never religious, and yours wasn't real religious either, though.
That's not true. Well, that's a different podcast.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So,
Different episode.
Acadia National Park, Ethan is very unhappy about camping in the rain, and he just has to get tarps. And but
obsessed.
at the little store they were at, Mariah was very sweet. She named a lobster Joey and made a little animal friend. And I love how sweet she is with animals. That gave me, Mariah wins this episode because she gave me feels when she loved the lobster. A lot of girls like her age would be like, ew, it's me, don't touch me.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh, it's a little lobster and everyone wants to hug me.
Well, it was for eating.
But you know.
Yeah, she didn't know that.
Well, they did after a while, and she goes, I couldn't eat Joey.
And then she buys a poncho.
And then Lydia, which is actually what they call the beanie hat.
Yeah, it was a beanie hat.
But
She called it a poncho.
Yeah. And then Lydia's praying about the boy situation and the texting. I hate how the show goes back and forth and back and forth and back and it's a little bit obnoxious. So anyway, this is just the way the show goes. And then Olivia immediately takes charge when they get there. And I mean, I understand you wanting to be competitive.
You mean Olivia?
Yeah. What did I say?
I said Lydia, but it's Olivia.
Olivia, sorry. She just has to come in first to put in the tent up. And she's just bossy.
Yes. That's what I mean. You can't go camping and go work on your marriage.
No.
Unless there's a cabin, right? And you can just bring
Go
stuff
in,
in the cabin, relax. That's the only way. But if you're putting up a tent, whether it's a competition or not, okay, and of course Ethan and Micah didn't realize it was a competition.
Right.
But I mean, well, you can't go to
Olivia had to turn into something negative.
Exactly. You can't go camping with someone like Olivia. How's that?
And then so the tents got done, and Olivia, Micah, and Mariah want to go to explore. But Ethan really just wanted to set up that tarp to keep them dry, because I agree with him. Camping is fun when you're not all disabled and jacked up like I am. I remember doing it as a kid.
Yeah.
But doesn't want to do it wet. That makes you miserable, and that is so very true. So I get it. But Olivia just berates and belittles him until Ethan just looks completely defeated.
Again.
Again. And he says, can you just stop?
Yep.
And okay, here's my thing. She starts making fun of him about, oh, you're worried about the tarp, but your sleeping bag's in the rain and your tent's open. As his wife, as a friend,
Yeah.
why didn't she just put his sleeping bag in the tent and zip it up?
Yeah.
Help him out. Or help him with the tarp so that it gets done quicker. And then you can all go play. You know what I mean? It's like.
Because it wasn't her plan.
And I'm just. Then.
You know, Olivia.
And instead of like just helping him, she straight up bullies him and berates him. And she was laughing at him.
And Olivia will never score points with me ever.
And so she says, oh, the park rules state you can't tie things in the trees or whatever.
Why couldn't she have said that before he tries doing it?
Right. And then he goes, well, she wins, as always. Yeah. I'm just like, ooh. So.
I am actually.
Wait, we're not.
Wait, hold on. I'm actually glad that he said that.
Yeah.
Because he's showing a side to where he's like, he's not going to take her crap.
Getting frustrated with it.
Exactly. That's yes.
So then they decide they're all going to go explore. They start walking. Ethan has this giant smirk, turns around and goes right back to the tents, gets his little awesome, and I think it was awesome the way he set up, his little tarp over everything, didn't put it in the trees or anything. And he had it done and up and caught up with them before they even got very far. Now imagine how well it could have gone if she just would have shut up and let him do it the first time.
Yeah.
And so now he's got his tarp up. They're going to be dry. He's much happier. And the view off the cliff of the, foggy ocean makes them all feel very wise. They start talking to, like, Gandhi and everything.
But it was kind of scary.
And then Olivia says, we need to learn how to communicate better. Bitch.
Yeah.
You are the bully who plays victim. You just bullied him into, like, wanting to just give up and go home, basically. And then plays victim about, we need to communicate better. I don't know why he's mad at me.
Bully is never wrong.
Right. And I'm just like, girl, the anger.
You can have a part-time bully or a full-time bully. She's a full-time.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't even know it, I don't think.
Because part-time, I mean, sometimes the part-time bully feels bad. And they apologize. That's what I was. She is a full-time bully.
True.
She sees no wrong.
So now we're moving into episode 12.
Yeah.
And this says, it shows a little snippet of Ethan and Olivia going to talk to the parents. And then it shows her ringing the doorbell. And then it goes to, says... Several weeks earlier.
Now, I want to close number 11. I'm actually disappointed they didn't see any bears.
True.
I mean...
There were no bears.
The crew probably made sure... I'm sure there was people around that area.
Right.
Making sure that it was all safe. Which great, but I mean, one that have had some drama.
It's a national park and it's a camping area, so you'd think that,
one that had like some drama though. If, there would have been a bear. I mean, not like attacking him, but like
just seeing it
before commercial, I'll have like
and you could see Mariah dying of happiness.
Yes, well, not dying, but her blessed hat actually is the one that tracked it.
Oh my goodness, get out of here. Okay, I'm done. Okay, now it's Ethan's birthday.
Yes.
Okay. And the 3 M's are going to prank him. Max is going to dress like a lady waitress at the dinner where they're going for his birthday.
Make a good lady, by the way.
Well, if it weren't for the mask, he never would have flown.
Yeah.
Because, it's COVID. Everybody's wearing masks and everything.
That worked. That helped.
And it shows Ethan and Olivia taking a walk. And they're doing a love language test on the phone while they walk. And, Olivia loves gifts.
Oh, that's
shocker.
Not surprising, yeah.
And she says, I have not done a very good job of loving you. True.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you admit it because it's not all about you.
I'll change.
It's not all about you.
Change it.
And she wants him, and this is the conversation they had, and she fully admits, she wants him to give her what she needs emotionally when she doesn't know herself what that is, but she just expects him to be a mind reader and just know and give it to her. And that's not possible. And so she's never going to be happy. No. And then they're at the restaurant for his birthday. Micah, Mariah, Ethan, and Olivia. And they were talking about how the pranks are always done by Ethan. He's always pranking everybody, and sometimes they get pretty out there,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And then so Max is dressed up as a lady. He's got the little balloon boobs and wig, and his name is Susan. And he starts taking their orders, and he knows that Ethan does not like being touched. So he keeps like doing little touches or like
on the shoulder.
getting close to look at the over his shoulder at something. And you can see Ethan is like, he's not even looking at her. So that's probably one of the main reasons he didn't notice anything at first. But yeah, and then he says that he thought that the waitress was flirting with him, which was awkward because his wife was right there, so he was trying to ignore it.
It would have been funny if he just said that made me feel good or something like that. You know, it would have been funny.
Yeah. And then he asked something about the menu, and Max said it's maxed out, and Ethan immediately figured out what was going on, and I think that was really funny. I think it cheered him up that they went to that, extreme to like make him a little surprise for his birthday.
And Max was there too, so that helped him. You know, he wanted Max to be there.
Yes, exactly. So he got to join them for dinner.
Yeah.
And then Mariah tells everybody that she's planning to move to Tampa in July, which I don't remember exactly what Ethan's birthday is, but it's not more than a couple months, And then Ethan is the one that says that they should all go. And Max can't go now for some whatever reason. I think maybe because of school, but he's going to come later in a couple months. And then Ethan said that he and Mariah always butted heads and they didn't get along when they were younger.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they do living together without like a parent to be like, okay, Mariah, do your chores.
Yeah.
Because we all know that Mariah does not like doing chores.
But her and Micah got along okay, living together.
Yes.
But I think, well, they're also closer in age. There's only, 3 or 4 years difference between them. So, I mean, plus I think Micah's kind of like Mariah.
Yeah, but they always seem to like have a cleaned up place. So, they must do okay, keeping their place.
Probably.
And then Lydia's at Ethan's house to help him with some of the house repairs.
Yeah.
And she hasn't seen him since Mariah's concert, and that was like in kind of a negative connotation there. So she was happy to see him. And she said that Mariah missed Max while she was camping because he couldn't go. And Ethan and Olivia used to talk on the phone for hours too.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about how much Mariah was texting and calling Max on that weekend in the camping.
I'm surprised she had signal.
But, hey,
in the woods.
go National Park System.
Yeah.
But, I think it's funny how Lydia pointed out how much they used to be the same way. Because they aren't that way no more.
Nope.
And then Ethan asked Lydia how that jackass of a boyfriend is doing, which is interesting. Makes me wonder what that story is, because how does he know that much about it, and why does he know he's a jackass, and why did he call him her boyfriend?
Well, maybe he just said that. Like a big brother, Yeah.
He didn't say it with, like, anger.
No.
And, like, she didn't get angry about it either.
No,
she just laughed and said...
Maybe it was a joking thing,
Yeah.
She's like, well, you called him my boyfriend. I never called him that.
Yeah, and she was like, don't call him that.
That's Lydia.
Yeah. And then Ethan asked her at some point, how do you know if it's God's will or not? And I think he really wanted to know because I don't think he's got a lot of that in his life,
As far as religion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
And he said, I just don't want Lydia to confuse God's will with my mom's will, because growing up, that was kind of how I saw it, without even stopping to think that's how I saw it.
Yeah.
My parents' will being God's will. And here's my thought on that. That was his perception. That's not what his parents taught them.
No.
And so how can they be blamed for what he perceived something without, like, if he didn't realize it himself, how would they know? Because it's not like he's talking about it.
Yeah.
So it's not, you can't fix something you don't know that's broke, kind of thing. So I think a lot of things come out in these little conversations that you're like, wait a minute. Now, some things you may have a good reason to be upset about, but some things you need to take accountability for. He said that when they dated, Ethan knew it was right, but never prayed to ask God if it was. And I thought that was interesting because I know that after I got divorced, I had sworn off men for a while. I was just looking to have a little bit of fun and just, trying to take care of my kids. And um, then you came sneaking into my life
Lo and behold, you got on Yahoo Personals
looking for friends.
looking for friends, just like me.
Okay.
Just like me.
And I prayed a lot
Mhm.
because I was so scared to make another mistake. I didn't want to hurt my kids again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did a lot of praying. So I get that. I really do. And Lydia said she finished high school, so she's working full time now, I think. And she's having a graduation party the very next day at the farm and wants him to come. And he didn't say no.
She got excited.
And Lydia got very emotional after being able to connect with him
Yes.
because we all know that she got a little bit of hero worship going on and feeling disconnected from that for this long. I know it's hurt her, and she's like, if everybody does not deserve that.
Do you think she maybe got stuck in a tree when she was younger, and Ethan saved her, and that's why she got a hero complex with him?
Who knows?
Or she got, like went under in a lake, and he jumped in to save her or something?
Maybe that's something that's gonna come out later.
Maybe, yeah, I never know. And an extra.
And then Ethan, Olivia, Max, and Mariah talk about moving to Tampa together for a year because remember Ethan said something about a city a year for
Yeah.
3 or 4 years. So, and then Mariah asks him about moving while living apart. And my opinion is, while they're talking, Mariah is all lovey and kissy and hanging on Max.
Yes.
He, like, that's their usual.
Yeah.
But he did not reciprocate. Did you notice that? When they're sitting there at the kitchen island, all talking, and she's hanging on him and kissing him, and he's just standing there. Didn't have his arm around her.
No, I didn't. Or maybe I didn't look it up. You're looking at it from the woman's point of view.
I'm looking at it from just
Yeah.
looking at it,
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting little thing to note.
And also, what's happening later on. So, and
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, cheater.
Hey, just because you're behind, don't blame me.
Behind the times, I know.
And one of the biggest ground rules that the boys had was that if you dirty a dish, you wash it.
It's good.
And that was like the dude's biggest rule, I think. Ethan said every time we're together, meaning him and Max,
Yeah.
the jokes run like a bad case of diarrhea.
And the jokes are probably like a bad case of diarrhea too.
Probably.
I can't imagine.
But I was just like, that is a very pop-up thing to say. I was like, man, I think you and Ethan would be very best friends.
I don't know about you, all right? And we only know what we see on TV.
Yeah.
Okay. But Ethan to me doesn't seem like a funny guy. He has that dry humor, I guess you can say, that I don't really
I think
see
it's
as
kind of more like Three Stooges humor. Like more very immature, like juvenile humor.
But when he's by himself, I don't find him funny.
No, but like when he and Max were doing stuff, I think they're filming together. You'll have to see more of it to know.
Yeah.
And then Max said it feels like we're all family. But Micah is looking forward to living alone.
He can't wait. Get out of here, Mariah.
He said, this is Micah, said they're moving to a permanent couples retreat. That might not end well. I'm going to stay out of all that.
I think he was foreshadowing.
And I wrote down a very wise grasshopper because, yeah, you don't want none of that.
And not only did he went to a totally opposite direction.
And see, here's the thing. Micah says here that he likes to have a plan before making a big move. And
we'll get to that later, right?
Yeah, we'll see if that's so true. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then then it goes to them setting up Lydia's graduation party at the farm, and it was really cute.
Who's that? What's his name? Philip.
Philip.
Yeah, that's right.
A youth pastor in Tallahassee.
So much older than Lydia.
Well, he probably is a couple of years, but she looks very young. I mean, and she's only like 17.
17, yeah. 18?
Yeah,
He's graduating.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he looks too, I mean, when they were dancing together, it's like, man, he looks old.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
He's a youth pastor.
But Lydia said that she worked, and hang on a second. Sorry, y'all, had to look something up real quick. But anyway, Lydia said that she works at a, it's a nonprofit place, a transitional housing for women. She worked at Jack's Auto Shop. She cleans the rental houses. She does nursery duty at church on Wednesdays. She house sits.
Wow.
I mean, that girl is out to make a dollar.
For 17, she's busy.
And
She's like what's that?
plus all her church activities, plays
Yeah.
volleyball and
Yeah.
obviously church services and things. So
What's that guy that used to host American Idol? What's his name? Ryan.
Seacrest?
She's like the Ryan Seacrest of the Plath family.
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yep.
And of course, Max and Mariah arrived late. And Mariah says that she's almost done with her GED as well.
Good.
And everyone else graduated with the homeschool diploma. So that only all of them will have gotten there.
And Isaac's next.
That's right.
Yep.
And then, of course, Micah, who just got his license back 2 weeks ago, got his car stuck in the mud on the side of the driveway to the farm. No, in his defense, he pulled to the side to try to let another car pass.
No, I understand.
And it was muddy and his car got stuck. But, yeah, I mean, he's not making a good impression on us in the car front right now.
No. So when he, criticizes Mariah's driving down there to Atlanta, I mean, he has nothing to criticize.
Maybe he was just mad because they weren't going that fast.
Maybe.
I
mean, if he was going fast, well, yeah, he was at a standstill because he let another car by. So good job. Good job, Mike.
And Isaac uses the tractor to pull him out of the mud.
Which is funny, yeah.
Isaac just goes on, he pulls him out like it's no big thing. Like everybody knows how to get a tractor and pull out a car.
Isaac's going to be one of those.
Isaac is the man.
Isaac's going to be one of those big, tall farmer guys.
I told you, Lydia and Isaac, I love them. I would adopt them in a heartbeat. They are sweethearts. And then just about when the DJ was about to start the dancing, Mariah pulls Lydia out for a surprise at the end of the driveway. And here's the thing. That girl is so excited to see her brother. She runs barefoot.
They do everything barefoot.
But she runs up the gravel driveway to see him.
She walks when she does her praying.
And he doesn't give a flying crap, though. It doesn't seem like.
He's not barefooted.
I mean, if he really... He does not... If you give a shit, Ethan, you need to show us, because it does not seem like you care beyond talking about seeing your siblings.
Yes.
You bitch that you can't, but when you can, you just,
Yep, and half a hug.
Yeah. It's... Ugh.
Did you notice that the pastor guy, Philip, was also barefooted?
Well, most of them were out in the yard for the dancing.
Don't matter. I wouldn't be barefooted. Would you be barefooted?
Probably.
Oh,
I grew up in the country. I never wore shoes.
No, it doesn't matter if you're in the country or not.
I never wore shoes.
It matters if your feet are tough. My feet.
When I was at school, I had to wear shoes. The second I got home from school, I kicked them off and stayed that way till the next morning at school. Anyway.
I found it weird.
So they called it contra dancing they were doing, but it's really square dancing. It's just a more cool name for square dancing. And
it looked like we went back in time a minute with the way they were dancing.
But it looked like fun. I wanted to do it. I remember in high school we had a square dancing class. No, but he was a good sport.
He didn't want to do it.
He was a good sport.
His face. Look on his face.
Oh my gosh, you get me so...
Sorry. You're at the dancing part.
Anyway, Ethan had said that he didn't feel right not coming over something so petty. Is he softening a little bit?
No.
He called his vendetta against the parents something petty.
But we all know, I mean, we've seen what happened at the end. I don't believe it's petty. I believe it's petty. I don't think he believes it's petty.
But he said it.
I know he said it, but I don't think he believes it.
But do you think he's softening toward the parents a little bit?
Nope. Not from what I've seen.
Okay. And then Olivia said it was totally worth taking that risk to go and see Lydia. What risk? What? They think they're going to pull out switchblades and handguns?
Are we missing the part where Mariah announced that she was leaving?
That we're not there yet. I still got 2 pages.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Calm down.
Sorry. I'm thinking a different scene. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, you're doing good, babe. Good job.
And she said, it's a big step for me. The way I approach my relationship with Barry and Kim or the farm or any of those old ties has been a very broken, scared person. And it's great that she realizes that, okay? But again, why all the drama?
Yeah.
She says going to therapy the past year and really digging in makes me really, really excited. And all of this is about Lydia's graduation party, and all I've heard is me, 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 me.
Yeah. No,
So
I agree with the whole, yeah.
while they're out
She's-
doing all this nonsense, having a secret powwow at the end of the driveway, everyone's dancing at her party,
And but Lydia, who wants to dance.
and she gets back for the last couple dances.
Yeah.
And of course, the last dance is a waltz. And she just stands there swaying prettily to the music until Sir Philip steps up and asks the fair maiden to
He
dance.
forgot to wear his armor.
I know. That's for the proposal.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's really cute how he was counting the steps when he was waltzing, like 1, 2, 3, 4. One.
You know, I'm actually surprised they didn't joust for the right to dance with Lydia.
Oh my goodness. And then, of course, Kim says the waltz is romantic and that Lydia looked like a princess being twirled.
Now,
And she's hoping maybe there'll be a romance there.
and I'm thinking, where's her crown?
Our kids would have had
Yes,
crowns at their
yes.
parties. Always did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mariah, of course, the party's over and all that next day. Mariah's getting her extensions removed because she wants a new look for a new place to live in Tampa. And she said, I was born to take the path that not many people take. And you know what? Some people are born with that path,
Yeah.
you know, and that's okay. And I think that her purple hair is fucking awesome.
Yes, I like it too, and I'm not a big fashion and hair guy. I don't give a crap about hair, but
I think it's beautiful.
I like it too. I agree.
We're almost at the end, guys. Hang with us.
Makes her look her age.
We're not assholes. We're going to make you go to a next podcast to get to the good stuff. We're not like those fuckers. We're going to give you it all in one. So 2 days before moving, Mariah goes home and Barry's like, he literally says, whoa, dude, about her. And I'm like, come on. Kim thinks it's beautiful. And I'm going to put in another little note right here.
Okay.
Okay. That Barry and Kim are disagreeing more often about more like core things that they used to agree on.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem kind of frosty towards each other at the moment.
Kim seems to be softening up more than Barry
Exactly.
in certain things. Now, I think Barry softened up, all right, to the whole Lydia thing.
But that's only because it's Lydia.
You don't think he softens up for Mariah?
Not if Mariah still lived in the house. I think it'd be a whole different story.
Well, yeah, we don't know that though.
True. So Mariah is there to tell everyone that she's moving and they can come visit, but they can't come to her house because she's living with Olivia and Ethan. And Barry said, I see some of me in her. 30 years ago, I packed up a U-Haul and left Minnesota, and I went 1,500 miles halfway across the country and started a new life. I understand. I've been there. And she tells them that, you know, Max will follow in a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you can tell they're not thrilled with the idea of them living together, you know, they really like Max, and they know that Max is good for her and she loves him. So, you know, they try to.
I think Max helped her grow up a little bit.
I think so.
To a point.
I think so too, to a point. I think you're right.
Made me matured her a little bit.
And Barry said that she didn't ask their opinion or advice, so they'll just support them and not make his or her personal convictions a barrier.
I get it. Barrier.
Right? But I think Kim's actually changing, and not the more she's learning about the outside world and the more she's seeing her kids flourish, the more I think she's getting curious.
Yeah.
And I think she's bending and softening a lot more than Barry knows. Just my thought.
You know what's happening.
Well, I'm just saying, if you look at them and you can tell body language and facial expressions, that tells you a lot about people.
Yeah, didn't they, like, first couple of seasons, like, hold hands or
Yes, they're always looking at each other.
not no more.
Yeah, no. Kim is still very hurt about Ethan and Olivia. But Mariah thanks them for working to accept her. And Kim is so happy that she finally sees that.
Yeah.
That they've been trying to let her know, hey, we're sorry we reacted badly, but when you live at home, there are different expectations and, you know, things like that. But now that you're out being an adult, you can do what you want, and we just want to love you.
Yeah.
you know, and I think that's awesome. And Mariah says something really, I think it's wise. She said she's not running away from Caro, she's moving on. And that's a great way to be. Like when you left home, I think you were doing a little bit of both.
Oh, you're this ain't about me. It's about the show.
No, but I'm saying, but it's good to know what the intention behind something like a big move like that is. Like, are you just moving to start over and you're running away from the past, or are you moving on to create a new future and let the past go?
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah. Go Mariah.
Exactly. And she asked the younger kids to help Lydia with the chores and stuff, but found out that Lydia has no household requirements except her own laundry. And as we found out in one of the extras, something I do not agree with, is that all the children, including little Cassia and Mercy, have to do their own laundry. Now maybe that's fine because I think they're like 8 and 9 now, and that's a little bit older and maybe kind of old enough to do their own laundry.
Like Kim or
But this has been happening for years. I don't think so.
You think they would let them do their own laundry and possibly overflow the washer and have like soap?
I'm sure that one of the older kids or she, taught them how to do it.
Okay.
You know,
You don't
before
think they're gonna be
she didn't just be like, "Here's the washing machine. Good luck."
Have
You know,
fun.
you're right. Like, no, I'm sure not. And it's really cute when Mariah says that she loves her family and she'll miss them, because not very long ago that would not have been the story.
Not like her mom and dad, one bit.
And then Ethan and Olivia are packing. Their house is sold. And Olivia tells Ethan that she wants to stop at his parents' house before they leave town.
I've got lots to say about that.
Yeah, so this is the last bit. This is the good bit here. She wants to do basically just like Ethan did, just say her piece and leave. And I think that is so stupidly narcissistic and unfair to expect people to just stand there and be insulted and accused of things and not be able to respond. That's just
That's
stupid.
exactly what happened.
And Ethan is unhappy because I think he's starting to soften, and I think he's at the point where everybody's starting to like things are starting to settle down. Feelings are starting to mellow a bit after the time has gone by.
If that's the case,
And he doesn't want to start it up all over again.
I wish Ethan would have done more in that situation.
To stop it?
Well, not to stop it. All right, let Olivia say what she wants and bear her own hole. Okay?
Yeah.
Or dig her own hole.
Yeah.
Okay. And then come in and try to stick up for his parents a little bit.
Oh, right.
And that would actually show some softening.
But here's the thing. There's no way that he could ever, for the rest of their marriage, ever not take Olivia's side, because she will throw that first time in the driveway that he didn't stick up for her, even though they didn't say anything that wasn't untrue, back in his face every time. So for the rest of his years, he will have to stick up for her regardless of whether she's right or wrong.
Yeah, well, he dug the hole.
Exactly. So she said that she's debated till she was blue in the face for the last 3 years, and she doesn't want to do it anymore. With who?
But yeah,
with herself.
She hasn't seen him in 2 years.
With her therapist.
Right, she hasn't seen him in
with
2 years,
Ethan?
right? Right.
Yeah.
So who's she debating with?
Right. Like, what the hell are you talking about, you cuckoo bird?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I don't understand. Like, and they, like, I know they had these, like, random, like, interactions, like, when they finally, like, had no contact, when they said she got demons or whatever, kind of nonsense. That, again, that was more than a year ago.
Does she?
I'm starting to wonder, honest to God.
All right.
But Olivia wants to say goodbye to the kids.
Mm-hmm. When you say, I'm thinking Oprah.
Sorry, no, Olivia. And then Ethan says he's finally accepted who my parents are, and I've forgiven them. I still would like to hear them take responsibility for some of the things they've done in the past. To me, that says he's softening a bit. He's accepted them. That's who they are. I forgive you.
But he's not taking any blame for what he did, is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Either did O.
And, he doesn't accept that she even has responsibility in it.
See.
And that's the problem.
And that's what pissed me off when I watched the scene.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know why I expected this. Olivia to go up there and say, she apologizes for some things that she's done, but the stuff that they said hurt her feelings, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
give them a chance to apologize. You apologize, clean slate, move on.
Yes, but that doesn't happen.
That is not what happened.
She takes that little hurt feeling like a squirrel with a nut, and she hoards it away for the future whenever she wants to pull it out and weaponize it against somebody.
The demons in her came out and basically blamed the parents for everything. And if I was Barry and Kim, I'd be like, no, you can't see the kids.
Right? I think you're crazy.
Yeah.
Stay away from my kids.
Yeah. That was not an apology. That was nothing.
No, but then Ethan says Olivia's ability to extend forgiveness to my parents is a really good thing.
I think she should have forgave them, or she should have apologized to them too.
Right? There's there's no.
It's a two-way street.
There's no, and both of their, I'm sure at that point, both of them had responsibility in it. 50-50, it seems like.
Yeah.
And so they should say, I would like for you to apologize, and then I would like to also extend one as well.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
That's why I'm like, Ethan hasn't softened up, because if he would have put his 2 cents in there, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then he says that the forgiveness of the parents will help her heal and help them to move on. And then poor Micah, single, happy Micah, has a car, a motorcycle, and a boat.
I don't think.
And he's putting new carpet in it, and he has lots of choices before him.
In the rain, he puts carpet in it, but
it's covered.
Underneath, yeah. But I mean, is he happy? I don't think he is. I think the reason he bought a boat is because he wasn't happy.
Yeah, I think he thinks if he finds enough things to do,
yeah, like Ethan,
he won't be lonely.
Like Ethan in his cars, right?
Yeah. But he's got lots of choices coming up, where he could live, jobs he could take, all kinds of crap he can do out there in the whole world. So, and now that he's gonna be living alone, he's got lots of, freedom to make those choices. So now we're up to one day before moving day, and Olivia rings Barry and Kim's doorbell, and they come outside, and she says, Olivia, I feel like you meant to hurt me, to ostracize me, because you couldn't control me. Ugh. I'm not bitter or angry, and I forgive you guys. Ugh. Even if I don't have a relationship with you, it's not because I'm angry. And Barry says back, and we've forgiven you. We're not bitter. Because, you did stupid shit too.
No, I like how he... Yes.
Yeah, he was like, oh, yeah, we forgive you too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
And then Kim says, and we never did mean to hurt you.
And I believe that.
Yeah, the way she looked, she looked really sad. Kim has looked really sad at this whole situation. She is just over her kids hating her.
Last season and a half.
She's just over her kids hating her. And she just wants everybody, she wants them to see, I'm changed. I promise. I'm sorry. All that stuff.
Yeah.
And I love how all the other kids are inside eavesdropping and peeping at windows and doors and doing their best to be nosy. And then when the talk is over, Kim asks Olivia for a hug, and Olivia says no. Then Ethan comes over and asks for them to send the kids out. And then Ethan refused a hug from Kim.
Yeah, and see, that's Kim, what I mean. That's what I mean.
Kim was trying so hard not to cry.
He's not softening.
And I think the only reason he said no is because Olivia was standing right there. I think that's the only obstacle.
Grow a backbone against Ethan.
I agree.
That's your mom and dad.
And here's the sad part. The parents saw that as a step forward, but Ethan and Olivia saw it as closure, a goodbye. So it's like they came at it from very different places. And Ethan said, this has been the most painful year of my life. Olivia is not the neck that turns my head, and that's important because I feel she used to be.
Now, I do agree with him on that.
Yes.
Aspect. Okay. Now, he is starting to go get a little bit of backbone, I guess you can say, with Olivia.
Yeah. Okay. Realizing that, hey.
That camping trip kind of helped.
I think so a little bit, yeah, because...
Yeah. Well, you're like, well, she gets away as usual, blah, blah, blah.
Then he did what he wanted.
Yeah.
After she was gone, quit yapping at him.
Yeah. But, I mean... I think for that part, he is softening up when it comes to getting harder with Olivia.
I hope so.
But as far as the parents, I don't think he's there.
But he said, because that's what I saw growing up.
Yeah.
And that's bullcrap, okay? Because the kids, everybody says that I'm the boss, right? Ask your mom, ask your mom, ask your mom. But when it comes down to it, if it's a big decision, you and I might be the one telling them the decision.
Yeah.
But it's a decision that you and I have talked about and agreed on.
Yeah.
And I know that that's how they work too. You know, you can't have that many kids and you're not.
Maybe we should have raised our kids like they did.
No, thank you. I'm good. So the next day is moving day. They wake up and find out that Micah left for LA very suddenly.
No. They didn't know where we went.
Mariah did.
No, well, I mean, they didn't know. That, I mean, like when here's
They didn't know exactly where it was. He just said he was going to LA.
when Olivia came in with her cell phone.
Yeah.
All right, and the whole like Blair Witch type scene.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, that was to me that was kind of scary. And
Stop it.
No, wait a minute. And they didn't know where Michael was. It's like, oh, you went camping? Did you find some?
You are so strange sometimes.
demon
I
stuff
love
under
you
the
to
tree?
pieces, but your mind goes to strange places.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh my goodness.
And then Micah was missing.
Micah, are you okay?
Micah's fine.
We need to do hashtag find Micah.
We all know Micah's fine.
Where in the world is Micah? Anyway, and then the producer asks Ethan to FaceTime him to see where he is. And he's in West Hollywood Hills, and he's trying to get into acting.
Needs a shave.
And I don't know, a lot of some of that rugged thing, that whatever facial thing going on, that the hair.
Was he trying like a mountain man acting?
I don't know, babe. I don't know. But anyway, last little bit here. Ethan sold his piano, but it meant a lot to him. But he's doing it because, got to sell it all and move on because, we need a fresh start.
That's what Olivia wants.
And he started to get emotional about the house and everything and it being empty. And Olivia does not seem like she gives him a really nice hug at the end and says, I'm going to miss it too. And I'm sad too. But she don't look sad. She's ready to get the fuck out of there. She's like, okay, well, is this hug over? Because like the car's running. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And then they do. And we will have to see and how they end up in season 4.
Yeah.
And that will be next time. I am so sorry this ran so long, you guys.
There's lots of info.
But we wanted, yes, it was a lot. And we wanted to get it all out together because it's just, we're trying to catch Papa up here and get, you guys caught up if any of you are behind as well.
Like Papa.
Exactly. And it's not too bad of a thing to be like Papa. And
you just said I was weird.
Sometimes we are all a strange person when we want to be. Anyway, you guys, please spay and neuter your pets.
Subscribe.
Wear your seatbelt.
Subscribe.
Use your turn signal.
Subscribe.
And please be kind. And again, if y'all have already done the like, share, subscribe thing,
thank you.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. And we hope you're enjoying the content. And if you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, anything like that, please drop us a message. We're always happy to hear from you. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.